Hey guys, getting started again. There's a pallet of jungle growth. I've had about all the miracle grow I can stand. We're working in the greenhouse today. Devin and I have been setting some seeds out, and we just got through potting a bunch of tomatoes. There's some of our peppers. I got just a couple of onions down on that end, and I'm going to pull them up today. Then we're going to till this in next week. Same thing over here. A few pepper plants down there on that end. I'm going to spray this stuff one more time today with a herbicide, and we're going to get rid of all these tomatoes here. That's the only ones we've got left. And just start again. We're doing the same thing in the greenhouse, just restarting it. There's some stevia. I'm going to keep that. What we've done, we've got everything out of the rows now. This has been stirred up. We've put a little layer of black cow that I had. We're going to do the same thing in this bed. What they're doing now is pulling weeds out of the miracle grow bed. Imagine that. But I gotta say, they reimbursed my money. It was like pulling teeth to get them to do it, but they did. The first time I called them, they asked me how many bags I'd bought, and I told them it was about 350 bags. And they said, well, we'd reimburse you right now, but you bought so many. I was like, and what difference does that make? But I had sent them films of these beds, and again, they've just finished up. There's a few pepper plants in there, most of that's weeds. Across from over there is the jungle growth bed. It's the only bed we have with jungle growth. There's been no weeding in that, guys. We might have pulled, the whole time those tomato plants were over there, we might have pulled a dozen weeds, maybe. So, but Miracle Grow is just consistently weeds coming up. And again, I don't know if it was the batch I got or what, but we're gonna start this in here in just a few minutes. And then I'll put a little layer of the black cow down, and then we'll turn right around and fill it back up with the Miracle Growth on top. And we'll do the same thing, not the Miracle Grow, but the jungle growth on top. But anyway, back to the Miracle Grow. I called and talked to a lady the first time, and she told me that she would reimburse me with just copies of the tickets. So I made copies and sent them, asked her, and all this has been recorded, luckily. So she told me just to make copies, and I questioned her about would the copies be clear, and then I got to thinking, well, you know what, if they get lost in the mail or whatever, then I'm sunk, so I have nothing else to go back to. So she agreed with the copies of the tickets, so that's what I sent. Ended up, a guy called 2 or 3 months later. That's how long it took him to respond. And anyway, he got on the phone with me and started telling me, oh, we've got to have the original tickets, blah, blah, blah. And I'm arguing with him, telling him, you know, the lady said, no, she didn't. I said, yes, she did. Back and forth. Anyway, got angry as I could be, like I needed my blood pressure to rise anyway. But I told him, I said, you know what? You're not calling me a liar, but you're insinuating that I'm lying. And and that frosted my rear end. So anyway, I talked to the guy, I said, you know what you should have done is listen to the darn tapes before you called me and upset me like you have. But just get the darn tapes, play them, and then find out what you said, and then send my darn check, or I'll do another video and just bash Miracle Grow. So anyway, he called me the next day and said, we listened to the tapes, and you're right, that's what you said. But see what you got to deal with. I mean, I'm in business myself, and if I've got a customer with a problem, we have to respond, or we're out of business. And I don't want anything for nothing, but if I buy a product and it's not what it was supposed to have been, then I want some, you know, some restitution on it, just like I do my customers. If we've got to go back and redo a parking lot, that's what we have to do, or we go out of business. But anyway, they did reimburse me. They sent the check, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy with Miracle Grow. And again, I can't say that it's their product. It could have been a batch they had. But anyway, we just got some bad news today, though, on that jungle growth. Lowe's is going to quit carrying that in Central Florida. And I just could not believe it. So we bought that pallet. We're going to buy one more. And then I'll have some in stock, and then we'll see what happens with that. But jungle growth, I'm telling you guys, is the ticket, as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen in my experience with it. But anyway, we had some stuff still in here. I pulled the onions up just a little bit ago, and we got rid of the few pepper plants that were left. And I'll take some of these peppers out here and get seeds off of them. We've already got a bunch of these seeds put up, and then we'll go from there. My grandson Devin's been helping me. Y'all know Corey. There's Red. And we're just trying to get it straightened out. We're going to lay out some tomato stakes, and then the next couple of weeks we'll get our tomatoes. But you guys can see them up there. That's our tomatoes. We just got into our 4-inch pots, and then we've got some more down on that end down there as well. And then let's see, we've got a few radishes going over there. I've got beets. I've really became just a true believer in these beets, and they're very, very hard to find down here for some reason. I don't know why, but I use them in the juice every time I juice. And again, where Debbie was juicing daily for the freshness and the nutrition, what I do is I juice up 2 gallons at a time, and it'll last me about 6 days. And then that's what I do. And I continue to drink the juice. We've got some peppers coming up. There's some squash. There's a few more tomatoes on that end. Those are the Sarah Blacks. And unfortunately, with the deal with Debbie, I really didn't get to try any of these black tomatoes at all. And I just let everything go. But they're supposed to be a really good tasting tomato. So, but I'm not having any luck at all with the germination. I think there's 7 or 8 plants out of that tray. But right there in that corner where those 2 2x6s are, running in between those, you'll see a little 2x4 now in the corner. Some of my problem, I believe, was squirrels, and they were coming through that gap right there. Now I hope they don't go through the shade cloth, or even worse, go up into the plastic and come through. If that starts, then it's a 22 rifle time, and got some fried squirrels, I guess. But I'll have to give them to somebody else. Them jokers look like rats to me. I can't get that out of my head. So anyway, but that's what we're doing now. Mark got that for us this morning, and hopefully that's got them blocked out. I'm just going to start shutting the doors daily. But what they were doing, they were getting into my peppers that were here. They were taking them right there in that corner, and man, there was all kind of peppers laying there and seeds where they go right to that corner and eat them again. So that's what we did for that. There's some onions I pulled up this morning. And I salvaged a few beets that were left. I've got enough for a couple, 3 more juicings now. And we'll go from there. Oh, I was going to ask you, MOV082 in California. You've done videos of your friends and you're feeding them squirrels. You ain't coming down here at night turning your squirrels loose in my darn greenhouse, are you? If you didn't live in California and lived in Ocala, I'll be looking at you hard, buddy.
And you'll be missing some friends soon.
Yeah, Mark said you'll be missing some friends. So, but anyway, as long as they stay out in the oak trees and the oak hammocks, heck, I'm friends with them too. They start getting my darn greenhouse again, and there's going to be war. So, but that's what we're doing, raking the beds out, and then we'll stir them up, and then we'll put a light layer of the black cow, and then come back with the jungle growth. And before long, guys, maybe this thing will be green again, huh? So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys watching these videos, and let's get Mark working a little bit more. I don't see that very often. Let's get a close-up.
Because you ain't never on the job.
Because I'm out here busy, man. Well, you're up there talking to the girls on the job. I'm out here working.
I gotta do it.
Yep. So anyway, that's it. And like Deb used to tell you guys, keep a smile on your face and one in your heart. And God bless y'all.